Wow.
on the ticket. On Sports Radio 1310, the ticket. Hello, Obble Cakes. Hello, Sin Galvan. Hello, ACNC12, Adrienne. Rosa Caceres. Oh, we're a hot mess. The house is a hot mess. Hello, Stronger and Wiser. Hello, Ebe. Hello, Sandra. Paula. Angelia Boone. Hello, Kara. You are not chopped liver. Hello, Christy. Hector, what's up? Hey, Darla. Amy Fisher. Well, we're not in the orifice, Sin. We're in the great hall of the people, also called the formal living room.
Have they even started painting your office the green yet?
Mm-hmm. Hot from Virginia. Hello, Tina Tunnel. Hello, Julie's Overalls. Hello, Sabanita. Hello, Podcast Lover.
Is that their name? Podcast Lover?
That is their name.
That's cute. Being a little incognito.
We're looking down. Actually, it's like, it's up.
I wonder if they can hear you if you're not talking into the microphone now.
Can you guys hear us? If you can hear us.
Who can you hear better if I'm
say
talking?
Say yes. Okay, Michael says he can hear us.
Can you hear me better if I'm talking into the microphone? Or do you hear Alan? Is it sound any different when Alan's just talking normally? Not talk normally, Alan.
Does any of this sound better than it usually does, or about the same, or worse?
Do you need to listen to your headphones to make sure the levels are right?
Both equally. So this isn't doing anything.
So it's not. Well, maybe. Well, what if you hit a sound?
I'm not going to start dicking with it right now because now's not the time to be playing.
Well, I'm just saying, if you hit a sound, see if they can hear it. That won't dick with anything, will it? Can y'all hear the crickets? Just let us know if you can hear the crickets. Did you hear that? You didn't. Oh, I don't know then.
Yeah.
I don't know then.
That's all right, guys. I knew this would be a failed bit.
No, you didn't know it was a failed bit. You didn't know that. The last thing we did with the doctor.
Why are you talking in the microphone? We're not even recording.
Well, because the last thing you did with the doctor was not a failed bit. So
that's because we were using. Yeah, that's because we were using StreamYard or whatever.
I don't know then. I don't know.
Here, let me try this one more time. Tell me if you hear anything. Don't say what I'm playing. Tell me if you hear anything.
Let me see what I can hear. Wait, don't do it. Don't do it yet. I want to see if I can hear. What is the problem? Why are you so impatient? That took all of 5 seconds. Go. Y'all hear anything? Anybody hear anything?
All right. I'm done with this experiment.
I don't know then.
That's okay, guys. That's all right.
Oh, look. But they said crickets.
They can hear what's coming out of here on here.
But...
Or what's coming out of your headphones, they can hear on my laptop.
What is this one?
Now we're just playing sound effects. Kellie's we got the chief engineer here messing with the buttons on the recorder. So if there's ever a chance that we're going to have a failed podcast upload, it's going to be tonight.
Why is that? Why would it be a fail?
I don't know. Just keep sliding stuff around.
I just pressed a button. I didn't slide anything.
I got it hooked up exactly like we need to.
You're very rude and testy.
No, well, that's because I want this to work.
Well, you're being very rude.
Well, I'm sorry, but I want this to work.
Well, I don't know why you're snapping at me over it.
Because you're messing with my buttons.
I literally pressed one sound effect button. That's literally all I did.
And now you're all tangled up.
Well, that's not my fault. You're being very testy, and I don't like it. Okay, ready to get started? Yeah, I was just tangled up.
Okay, I thought you were still...
Y'all have my back on this. Somebody's being very testy.
No, I thought you were still doing stuff over here.
I was just trying to untangle stuff.
Okay, I wasn't sure what you were doing. I thought you were still...
You're not being very nice.
No, I thought you were still messing around with the recorder. Oh, this mess we don't need. We're not using that tonight. This thing we don't need because it doesn't work. So we can take that out of here. We don't need that either. So this is the setup we usually use right here, right?
I guess I don't usually do the setup.
Okay. Any of my sliders get moved?
I didn't touch a slider.
Okay. You sure? Because this one's different.
I didn't touch it. I pressed that right there is all I pressed.
Y'all ready? Yes, we have guests and first-time viewers. They're seeing the sausage making, Sin. They're seeing how this works behind the scenes. Okay, you ready?
Yep. Welcome to another Sandwiches and Lovin podcast. I am Kellie Rasberry Evans, and this is my husband and podcast co-host, Alan Evans.
Hey, Jane in the house.
And thank y'all for joining us after we had a very special guest on the last podcast, something we don't normally do, but hopefully you all enjoyed hearing from Dr. Roddy Rabban.
I did. I had a great time.
You did?
Yes, he was very entertaining, very informative.
Plastic Surgery Uncensored. Isn't that the name of his podcast?
Yeah,
that's right.
no, he was great.
Yeah.
And isn't he the official plastic surgeon of the Sandwiches and Lovin podcast?
I would say so.
I would say so too.
I would say so now. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. And if you didn't have a chance, go back and listen to it because he covered so much ground. We had so many plastic surgery questions. We honestly couldn't get to them all, but we tried to ask some that were kind of universal, all encompassing.
You think he would trade us a little podcast time for a procedure?
I hope so.
If you could
There's
have
things I would like to have done still.
Okay, let's go there. If you could have any procedure, cost notwithstanding,
Right now, it would be
right
lipo.
now, what would you?
I would just
Lipo?
I'd lipo the heck out of everything.
Lipo the heck out of everything.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like where?
Suck all the fat out. Wherever there's fat, I would suck it all out.
I went to the doctor one time and he told me to, I went into the doctor. I said, "Hey doc, I want to lose 10 pounds of ugly fat." You know what he told me? Cut your head off.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. But that's what I would do if I could do anything, right? What would you do?
Well, some of our live studio audience says they would sew Alan's mouth shut. That's
Why?
not, I don't know. That's
I
not
wonder
very
why.
nice. That's not very nice.
I wonder why they would say that. Why would they just start out the gate insulting my husband like that?
Thank you. Thank you for taking up for me.
I am. Look at me taking up for you.
If I could do anything, what would I do? Do you think that that procedure where they give you new legs and it gives you about 5 more inches that makes you like
They
taller?
stretch your legs out? I don't think that's a plastic surgery procedure.
Yeah,
though.
no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I don't know what I would do actually. I don't have anything that's
Well,
really
I know
bothering me
you-
after that big bomb that I dropped in the last podcast where my neck was bothering me, but I got that taken care of.
Yeah, Alan admitted for the first time ever, if you missed the last podcast, that he had a neck lift and kept it on the down low for a long time. And I respected that. I usually am very upfront with all my procedures, but whatever people want to share, they don't have to share everything about their lives. But
No, I don't share everything. I'll tell you that.
Would you maybe, because I know you work out so much, what if they could etch your abs? Like they can do lipo to like carve out the fat around your body and give you more of a 6-pack abs. They can do that.
So you're saying I need my abs etched?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying that you work out to do that. If you could just have a procedure to have that done for you.
Just suck all the fat out of my stomach and then just give me abs?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Take that shortcut, babe.
I'll probably pay for that.
So anyway, thank y'all for, I think we got a lot of positive feedback for Dr. Roddy Rabban, but now it's just back to just us. So we got to bring it. Exactly. Maybe we should start having special guests every week to fill in the gaps. But because we had Dr. Roddy Rabban on last week, we haven't had a chance to recap our podcast family pre-holiday meetup, which happened this past weekend. So we're kind of a few days delayed in getting to that, but Dr. Roddy Rabban didn't want to hear about that. He didn't know what we're talking about. So we're going to get into that.
Yes.
And also we're going to talk about a terrifying incident I had with the Antichrist, the potential for Antichrist accusations that I had the other night with a meal delivery service. I know that makes no sense to you right now, but it will once I tell you the story. And
to me, it still doesn't make sense, but
it makes a lot of sense to me.
we will get into
Freaked
that.
me out.
We will surely get into that.
And then y'all, I am just I'm heart sick. I'm gut sick. I'm sick over what is happening in our house right now. And Alan's having to listen to me, and he's being very good about it because he knows what's about to happen. We're having some rooms painted in the house, and my daughter wanted an all white bedroom. She wanted to be like a museum almost, so she could hang tapestries and posters and things like that. I have been stressing and suffering over picking the perfect white because I've picked paint colors before, and you think you're getting tan, you put it on the walls and you're like, oh my God, it's pink. And things, if you've ever picked paint colors before. So I have stressed over picking white paint for how many weeks, honey?
I can't even count them all.
Stressed beyond measure. Finally picked out something, and I'm like, this has to work. It's called basically high reflective white. And even the painter's like, "Ooh, that's going to be really white." I said, "That's what she wants. She wants white."
And this isn't an off-white. This isn't like a creamy white.
It's supposed to be pure white.
This is a white that when I looked at it on the paint chip, it hurt my eyes.
It's supposed to be that white. So we get it up on our walls.
But I had nothing to do with this.
Get it up on our walls, and her room is blue. Her room was blue before we painted it. She didn't want a blue room anymore. She wanted a white room. But the thing about whites is there's a base color to it. Sometimes it's a little pink, sometimes it's a little gray or beige. And this one happens to have undertones of blue, apparently. And I walked into that room tonight and I just about wanted to cry. So I don't know what we're going to do about it.
How many times do you think that room's been painted?
This is the second time. We painted it when we moved in, we painted it blue. And this is the first time we painted it.
No, but I mean like in the history of the house.
I have no idea. We think this room was an add-on. We think it used to be the attic and like a walk-in attic, which I wish we had, but
I wonder how many times you could paint a room before the room actually becomes smaller.
I'm so just sick about it. And I don't know what to do. I'm going to talk to the painter tomorrow. If anybody has a suggestion for me, I don't know what it is.
Paint it a different color.
Paint it white. She wants it to be white. The painting on the paint color he picked for the trim is whiter than the walls. And the walls look blue. I don't know, y'all. I'm sick about it, but that's just part of it. The painter is excellent, by the way. If anybody's in the area where we live, we live in West Plano in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We ain't getting a discount. We ain't getting nothing. No, it's not an ad. He's really a great painter.
No, he's
really great. They're pristine. Everything's picked up. And I'm just going to have to ask him, is there any way you can repaint that room another color? I don't know what I'm going to do. But
so we're going to ask him to paint it again?
I might have to. I'm going to have to.
What color?
It's not the right color. White.
So you can paint it white again.
It's not the right color. White is blue. You know it's blue.
I haven't looked at it.
Go look at it. It's bad. So anyway, we're dealing with that.
I try to stay out of picking colors for that room.
I know it's bad. I'm going to look at it in the daylight and hope it looks whiter. But I'm just sick about it. But that's okay. We don't need to talk about my problems. My paint problems. That's hashtag first world problems,
well, we
right?
have about for the last 6 minutes.
Hashtag first world problems.
Yeah, that's okay, babe.
I wanted to get that off my chest.
We'll get it figured out.
Well, we'll pay to get it figured out. But anyway, we have happier topics to get to. Alan made a new friend at the, we made a lot of new friends at the meetup, right?
I did. What I can remember.
Well, that's what we got to get to.
We'll get into that in just after you do that.
I am right now. I've got what's going on in the house. The house is a wreck. We got the painter. But you know what? I don't have to let the stress beat me. The Theragun's going to just zap all those troubles. It's going to pound that stress out of my shoulders, which is where I carry all of my tension. Underneath my shoulder blades, I get knots. In my shoulders, I get really tight and tense. But Theragun is this handheld percussive therapy device. It releases that deep muscle tension from all the stress using a scientifically calibrated combination of depth, speed, and power. It is as quiet as an electric toothbrush. The Gen 4 Theragun, it doesn't just feel good. It gets to the source of that pain. It releases the tension and uses Theragun's signature percussive therapy, which goes 60% deeper than just by vibration alone. And whether you want to treat your muscle tension from working out, an injury, or just the stress because you can't get the paint color right in your daughter's room, there is no substitute for the Theragun Gen 4. The OLED screen and design make you feel like you're holding something from the future. You can go to the website, check it out, and the Theragun app learns from your behaviors and then suggests guided routines. We actually gave away a Theragun Mini at our podcast family meetup. That was one of the great prizes we give away. Everybody was like really wanting it. We had one lucky winner.
That was the grand prize.
That was the grand prize, because we know how special a Theragun is. And look, if you're thinking about giving a great gift for the holidays, this is it.
And you can try Theragun for 30 days, starting at only $199. Go to therabody.com/Lovin right now and get your Gen 4 Theragun today. That's therabody.com/Lovin, therabody.com/Lovin.
Lovin. All right, babe. I've spent the first part of the podcast griping. Yeah. Kick off the recap of the podcast family pre-holiday meetup.
Should I do that, or was I going to give a little more detail about my procedure?
You do whatever you want.
What do you think I should do?
Whatever you want.
What do the people want? I don't think they want either, but what do you think I should do first?
Well, go ahead and start with your neck, since you already said that.
Oh, the neck?
Well, you will obviously want to talk about it.
Well, just a little bit.
Go ahead.
So, yeah. So like I said on the last podcast, if you didn't catch our podcast with Dr. Roddy Raban, I did. I had a plastic surgery procedure back in, was this April?
I don't know.
April, May, June, July. Yeah, I think this was back in February, March. This was back in March or April, because I don't know. I've just always been a little self-conscious about my neck and my profile. And it's just me. It's a hang up that I have, because Kellie has never said one word about it. I've never had anybody say to me one word about it. Nobody in my life ever has said anything about it. So it was totally me.
That's what Dr. Raban said. Yeah. If it bothers you.
It was totally my thing.
Yeah.
So I went to see a doctor that I had a friend who she went to him for a different procedure, but it was a neck procedure, and she looked amazing. I couldn't believe the change, And I was asking her some questions about the doctor, and I did my own research. And the doctor, his name is actually Dr. Bader, Brad Bader, and he's in Plano. Not an ad, but
trust me, not an ad.
Not an ad.
We didn't get no discount.
But an awesome practice and awesome experience I had. But I went in there and I had a bunch of questions for him, because I'd never done anything like that, and he answered all my dumb questions, because I don't know much about that. I'd never done anything like that.
It's so funny you ask questions. I don't.
Oh, hell yeah. I was asking lots of questions.
When any procedure I've ever had, I think my doctors that I get to know well enough, they know I don't want to know. Just do it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to know.
And he told me straight up, he said, you're not in bad shape, meaning my neck in a bad place before. But he said, you do have some loose skin down there. And he said, if we do what's called a neck lift, you won't have that anymore.
Well, you're lucky you had a lot of loose skin, honestly, because I know some other men in my life who've wanted to have their necks done. And the doctors have said, you've got so much, it's a tissue, I guess. I don't know the right word. So much stuff in this, not just loose skin. Mm-hmm. And so they weren't going to get as good a result as if you just had loose skin, you were trying to hike up,
Yeah. Well, he said, some people go for a liposuction under their neck, but he said, you don't need that. Talking to me, you don't need that, because you don't want to be fat. It's just skin. So what they do, they make a little tiny incision like under my chin. And he said, it'll leave a little scar, but you always wear a beard, so no one will ever know that little scar is there. It's this little tiny, it's probably, I don't know, an inch long. And he goes in there and they basically pull the muscles back that are on either side of your neck. And I'm not saying this exactly right. I'm not a plastic surgeon, but basically that's what they do. They pull the muscles back on each side of your neck and then reattach them. And all this has to heal. It takes about 3 or 4 months to heal. So the first 10 days I had to wear this ridiculous looking like head cast thing. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't really leave the house. It was pretty wheels off. But I wore that for 10 days. I did everything he told me to do. I went in for all my follow-up appointments.
But he was lucky, because it was like during COVID and stuff. So everybody's all masked up and covered up anyway. It didn't really matter.
It didn't really matter. But I'm happy I did it. I'm very happy with it.
It's very subtle.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the results. But if you
told him I might go to Dr. Bader to get a half facelift, because I've always said my face is sliding off. One side of my face is lower than the other. And everybody's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And then I show them pictures like, oh, well, yeah, I can see it sort of. I just want to get one half of my face lifted to match the other side. I wonder if he can do that.
He's a great doctor, babe. And I was telling Kellie, he specializes in the neck and above. Like Dr. Raban, he does everything. Dr.
Mhm.
Bader is only like face and neck and eyes.
I might be getting a half facelift in 2022 if I
So,
can afford it after getting the house repainted again. We'll
so
have to see.
if you want to see before and after pictures,
You gonna post them?
no, but you can. Well, I can, but you can go to
Why don't you?
you can go to Dr. Bader's Instagram. He has an Instagram. I think it's at Bader Facial Plastics, something like that.
Well, you better know. Why don't you just post it if you're sending everybody
Yeah,
there anyway?
I could do that too, and I may post them. But yeah, you'll see it's very subtle, but you'll see a difference.
I'll never post my before pictures because mine is of my boobies and stuff.
Whoa.
Because I had a mommy makeover. My mother never thought I needed it until I showed her my before pictures. Because women can hide a lot of stuff in push-up bras and things. But anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's Alan's big secret. It's out of the bag now.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't talk about it before. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind
sometimes we're weird about stuff.
This is kind of a weird thing. But
when you're ready to talk, you're ready to talk.
Yeah. But after time passed, I think some of it too, babe, seriously was like, I lost a good amount of weight. Like when we got married, I was a certain weight. After we got married, I gained weight. I gained a lot of weight. And then we went on our plan together. I lost weight, like a bunch of weight. And then I've been kind of maintaining after I lost, So I think some of that was just looseness from losing the weight.
Maybe. Maybe.
And then once I saw that, I was like, I want to take care of that. I'm 50 now. Might as well. So there you go. So
he's perfect. Now he's perfect.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I still have a little maintenance to take care of, but maybe we'll get around to it. So anyway, we want to talk about the podcast family meetup.
I just talked a lot. Why don't you do your deviltry thing?
My deviltry?
Yeah, didn't you experience some deviltry or something?
Okay.
You thought Beelzebub himself was here?
Emma Kellie had a friend over after school a few days ago. And, she eats at weird hours. Alan and I, we all eat at weird hours. Nobody's on the right schedule. When's the last time we sat down as a family and all ate together?
Never.
It never happens. So anyway, she likes to order Uber Eats or whatever. And I said, I've got I keep getting these notifications that I can get $20 off my next order. I said, so come down and use my phone to order. So she does. They come down and they said, but we have to have $7 more to meet the $20 threshold. It's really weird. So we had to spend more to save the $20, which is fine. So we ordered some chicken fingers or something. And I'm over there. I was making something for you. I don't know. It's just
you were making chili.
Yeah, I was making chili. She didn't want whatever I was making. And she said, well, what do I tip? I said, yeah, tip. I said, at least tip 20%. And she's like, okay. And then she leaves to go upstairs. And I get my phone back out in a few minutes just to kind of track it because they'll show you when the food's supposed to arrive. And I look down at the tip amount, and the tip is for $6.66.
Mm-hmm.
I about had a heart attack. 666 was my tip. Because she just did figure 20%. She didn't do the math. I freaked out. And I went on the app and I'm like, how can I change it? How can I change it? And I couldn't. It wouldn't let me change the tip before the food was delivered. And I'm like, some delivery driver is going to look at that and see 666. And they're like, I'm not taking it. I'm not going to deliver to the Antichrist house. So I panic. So I start looking for money. I was like, I've got to get more tip money. I got to make it not 666. So I scrounged together 5 $1 bills. I put them in an envelope and I taped them to the front door. And I said, extra tip for delivery driver. And so he didn't even ring the doorbell or anything. I look at the app and it lets me know that he's picked it up. He sends me a note and he's like, thank you so much. That was so awesome. I really appreciate it. I'm like, whew, thank the Lord. So I went then after I got in the food, it says you can go back in and adjust the tip because I'd already given him $5. I gave him an extra penny. So I make it $6.67. Would y'all have done the same thing though? I'm not leaving no 666 tip. I don't care. Alan thinks I'm ridiculous.
Well, I don't think you're ridiculous. I just would not have thought anything about it.
You wouldn't have thought anything about 666?
No.
Okay, well, that's just me. I'm like, I ain't messing with that.
Do you think anything about 555?
No.
Why?
because I don't know why, but why is 666?
What about 777?
Because I think 666, for some reason, I think everybody knows that's supposed to be the mark of the beast, right? Is that in the Bible? I haven't gotten to that part yet. I'm supposed to be reading the Bible through this year, and I am way behind. So I'm doubling up on my reading. Right now I'm in Nehemiah. I'm in Nehemiah right now, but I'm going to get it done. I'm almost through the New Testament. I'm going to bust through it. And if there's anything about 666 in there, I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, let us know.
Because I don't know.
We need more information.
Where does 666 come from?
It's it's in an Iron Maiden song.
That's not cool then. That's devil stuff. Because people know that's supposed to be the mark of the beast.
That's what they were all about, is devil stuff.
Well, I won't listen to them then.
Well, it was a bit. That stuff's always a bit.
I don't think that devil worship should be a bit.
It was a bit.
I don't think it should
Unless you're Slayer, and then I don't think that was a bit. I don't know.
I just don't think it's funny to mess with that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my 666 story. Somebody got to feel me on that. Alan Evans doesn't feel me on that.
Well, yeah, I just wouldn't have thought anything about it, really.
Panicked.
You panicked, yeah.
I did panic.
You did panic.
All right. So listen, we've talked about Alan's experience, with the plastic surgeon. We've got so many people who are sick right now. I had to go up to the school today, and a mom was picking up her child. She's like, my kid's homesick again, need to get into the doctor. And that's the thing. You don't know when sickness is going to hit, but you do know when you need to see a doctor. You need a doctor now, not in a few days, not in a few weeks, definitely not in a few months. If you need to see an MD ASAP, we've got the solution for you. Download the free ZocDoc app.
ZocDoc.
It's the easiest way to find a great doctor and instantly book an appointment. And with ZocDoc, you can search for local doctors who take your insurance. You can read verified patient reviews and book your appointment in person or by video chat. I love telemedicine because a lot of times, you're just going to go in there and talk to the doctor anyway. You can do that with telemedicine. I love that. And you never wait on hold with a receptionist ever again, too. That's a big time saver. So whether you need a primary care physician, a dentist, dermatologist, psychiatrist, eye doctor, any other specialist, if there's a plastic surgeon on there, ZocDoc has you covered. Go to ZocDoc.com. Let me say that again. ZocDoc.com/sandwich. Download the ZocDoc app to sign up for free. Every month, millions of people use ZocDoc. We are among them. It's our go-to whenever we need to see a doctor. ZocDoc just makes healthcare easy.
Now is the time to prioritize your health by going to ZocDoc.com/sandwich and download the ZocDoc app to sign up for free and book a top-rated doctor. Many are available as soon as today. That's ZocDoc.com/sandwich.
ZocDoc.com is hard to say a lot. ZocDoc.com. ZocDoc.com. ZocDoc.com.
One thing we didn't follow up on last week, there were a lot of topics that Dr. Raban was talking about, and I just had to. I couldn't go into change voice mode. I had to just keep it straight, keep it level, keep it close to the vest.
I gave you props for that. Are you going to ruin it now?
Well, no, I'm not going to ruin it, but at one point. He was talking about,
you can't help yourself. You got it.
Vaginal rejuvenation.
Yes.
So of all the procedures, is that something you're interested in?
No.
Okay. Why not?
What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with what?
Is something about it bothering you?
I'm not gonna.
I didn't push a baby out through that.
Whoa.
I didn't. I had a C-section.
Whoa. When he was talking through that, I was, of course, my little 16-year-old sense of humor. I'm starting to kind of like,
I know. And you sat there and you didn't.
I didn't.
And I appreciated it.
No, but then he said some women really have a problem.
They do.
No, yeah, he said that. He said that, and it causes pain. And then I was like, well, now don't I feel like the asshole?
Yeah. Anyway, now let's talk about the meetup. We've been teasing it the whole podcast.
Is there penile rejuvenation?
Probably. I would imagine. What if you'd never been circumcised and then you get older and you decide you want to clean that up? Maybe. Would that be?
Wait a minute. Are you inferring that the turtleneck is unclean?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe as an adult you would want to do that, but I don't know.
Not that there's anything wrong with the turtleneck.
That's the only thing I can think of. I'm sure there's other. I know you can have it reattached.
Now, let's be clear. I don't have the turtleneck.
You could have it reattached. We've known that from the John Wayne Bobbitt situation.
Tell you what, if you have to have it it ain't never going to function the way it did before.
No, but at least you have it, right?
I've heard of guys breaking theirs.
Yeah.
Like breaking it.
I've heard that too.
And then it never goes straight again.
But I don't mean to be, I'm not, I can have a mature discussion, unlike some people who host this podcast with me. Is there a bone in it to break?
No.
So what's breaking?
No, it's a spongy, material.
So the spongy material breaks?
I guess, babe. I don't really know. I've never experienced this phenomenon.
These are questions we could have asked Dr. Rabban.
We could have, and I wonder if he would have known.
I'm sure he would.
No. Next time Dr. Oz is on, ask him. He'll know.
I'm not asking that on the nationally syndicated Kincratic morning show.
That'd be great.
Just look it up.
Oh, that would be so great.
Look it up on your own. Now, can we talk about the podcast meetup?
Yeah, podcast meetup. So I started pre-gaming before the podcast meetup.
Mistake number 1.
Kellie drove me, which was great. It meant I could pre-game a little bit.
Yeah, Alan said, should we get an Uber? I said, you know what? I don't think I'm going to drink a lot tonight. We had eaten lunch that day and just didn't sit right in my stomach. And I said, I just don't think I'm going to be in a drinking mood tonight. So, and I ended up being right. I think I drank a ton of water and then I had 1 martini and I was like, I don't even want this. And then I was done. That was it.
Hey, just real quick, babe, before we get into that, some information just came over my desk that I think our listeners would really appreciate knowing.
We'll eventually get to this podcast thing.
So apparently, penis rejuvenation, it's a medical treatment created specifically for those with Peyronie's disease and ED. While created to help men with these issues, men without these dysfunctions can choose to have the procedure for other reasons, including sensitivity and performance.
Okay, there you go.
So there you go.
Wow.
I know we have a lot of listeners that were interested in that, so I thought
I don't think we have a lot of listeners interested in that, actually.
Okay, so anyway,
I think it was a minority amount of listeners who cared.
You're probably right. We get to the party, we're late, per usual.
We weren't late. We just weren't as early as we wanted to be.
That's called late.
We were there before 6 when it started.
No, we weren't.
Yes, we were.
We weren't there before 6.
Yes,
we got
there
there after 6.
No, we didn't. We got there a few minutes before 6.
Babe, we were sitting in traffic at 6.
We were sitting in traffic, but we were on time for the party. We tried to get there earlier to get stuff set up, but that didn't work out.
I think Kellie right now is having a false memory because
whatever. We're bogging down in minutia.
But anyway, it was great. We had a lot of listeners there, a lot of friends there. We even had one of our very, very best customers and dear friends bring her son.
Yeah.
This is Andrea Dowling Gullidge, who's married to Big Strong Trey. Big Strong had another more important commitment. And Andrea decided to bring her son.
Yeah.
Very, very nice young man.
16 years old.
16 years old. Very nice young man. And I think if I remember right, and I don't remember a lot.
You don't remember a lot.
But if I remember right, he might have just come from an activity. He's very active. I think he's a swimmer. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember he had done something earlier that day because he was saying he was really, really hungry. And I do remember saying, oh, man, if you're hungry, you've come to the right place. So I was trying to help him with the menu and everything. After that moment, it starts to get very fuzzy for me.
Yeah.
So you want to fill everybody in? Because I had no idea.
We had a lot of our podcast family. We were so touched. They drove in. We had, the Finks came down from Wichita, Kansas. We had, was it Keith and Anjali? Mm-hmm. Keith and Anjali, who came in from Louisiana. Were they Baton Rouge?
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge,
yeah,
I think so. Baton Rouge.
I think so.
We had a lot of listeners coming in from Tyler and from, San Antonio. So we were really, really just touched
Fort Worth?
by that. Yeah, the people that drove.
Even
if they drove in from across the street, we were just touched that so many people came in from so far. But, and I told Alan ahead of time, don't be doing shots, but I can't babysit Alan.
No.
So I don't know.
Nor should you.
And I know somebody tried to get me to take a shot, but you know what I said? I said, no, thank you. I said, no, thank you. But my husband, Alan, doesn't say no, thank you. What did you say? Yes, please. Give me more.
I said to love and affection.
So we're hanging out. We're having a good time. We're mingling. And at one point I realized Alan hasn't eaten yet. Neither had I. Anything other than water at that point. And I said, so Alan's talking. I was like, I'm going to get him some food. Alan, what would you like to eat? Alan, tell me what you want to eat. He said, I want turkey and I want sausage. All right, I'll get you. You want jalapeno sausage? You want regular? Jalapeno. Got it, honey. He's mingling.
I don't remember any of this.
He remembers nothing of it. So I get the tray and I sit it down in the back. We're in the back so he can eat. And he's sitting there and he's yelling at me. He's not
yelling.
You were yelling at me, but he wasn't like mad. He was just yelling at me.
I'm hard of hearing.
And I'm like, stop yelling at me. You don't need to yell at me. And he's sitting there just shoving food in his face, eating turkey. And I got a bunch of French fries and stuff. And I'm eating the French fries because he's just going to town on the turkey and the sausage. And here comes Andrea and her lovely son, Travis, 16 years old, the sweetest boy.
So they sat down with us?
And Alan, Andrea would, and I wasn't drunk, but I can't remember everything because I have bad memory. But I remember he started talking, got a little lewd a little bit.
Whoa.
And I was like, Alan, don't. He's like, what? I've got sons. And he put the boy in a headlock. He's like, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I put my big hairy man arm over
Andrea's
his shoulder.
Laughing, and Andrea's like, look, I've got 2 boys. We've got all testosterone in the house. I've heard worse. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, this is, I was a little uncomfortable.
Okay. Well, you know, some information that I got from Andrea.
Okay, but we're getting to that. So Alan's hanging out and they're like, yeah. And he's saying these
my man
a little bit off color stuff. And then Alan finishes shoving his face and he gets up and he walks back up to the tray. They got to go. And Alan's saying, goodbye. Alan remembers none of it. The next day when Alan wakes up with a hangover and because he got up really early and made himself some eggs and sausage.
I was very hungry.
The grease would help. You know, when you're hungover, you want greasy food. So he made that. I got up. I said, what'd you have, honey? He said, well, I took 2 Tylenol. I said, let me give you, I always do a 2 and 2, 2 Advil, 2 Tylenol. That's what a doctor told me once. It's like prescription strict Tylenol. You do 2 and 2. And I said, and have some Sprite.
Yeah, that made me feel better.
Sprite really does help. Whenever I'm on a plane, I get a little bit discombobulated. I always order Sprite Zero. So I got him some Sprite Zero, 2 and 2. He said, man, Kellie, he said, I think I wouldn't feel so bad if I just eaten something last night. I said, Alan, you did eat. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did, Alan. You had turkey, you had sausage, you had Brussels sprouts, and he remembers none of it.
I had no idea.
And none of that conversation with Travis. But here's what happened the next day.
Well, no, Andrea Dowling Gullidge, she texted me and I was just asking her, I think, you know, did y'all have a good time? Yeah, and I said, I hope I didn't say anything too lewd. And she said, well, yeah, there were a few off color. She said that somehow Kellie buttoned out of her shirt. That subject came up.
Yeah, I was wearing a top and the button kept popping open.
So why would you bring that up?
I just said, Andrea, I said, please, I was asking the ladies, I said, if y'all notice, because men won't say anything. I was asking several ladies, because I'm talking, I said, if you notice my button come undone, please let me know so I can button it again.
Okay. So Andrea told me the same thing. And then I said, well, I really hope I didn't say mama, because that sounds like something I would do if you said that.
That is what you did.
And she said, you most certainly did. And I said, you've got to be kidding.
In front of a 16.
In front of Travis?
And that's when I said something. She goes, oh, I raised boys or whatever.
But apparently, Andrea told me Travis, big A-Train fan now.
Yes.
Big A-Train fan
He didn't want his picture with Kellie Rasberry Evans. He wanted his picture with A-Train.
Not Alan.
A-Train is his favorite now. After all that.
My man, Travis, my man. He's got me. I got him. He understands me, and I understand him. We're on the same
You don't remember even talking to the kid.
He's a young man. He's not a kid, and we're on the same wavelength.
Oh, my gosh. Didn't even remember eating.
I don't remember
You should have made me eat something. I made you eat something.
I seriously don't remember eating.
But it was fine. I drove us home. And actually, you popped back up pretty well after I got your Advil Tylenol combo, your Sprite.
Yeah.
we rallied. We met some of the Fink stayed over, and Lauren Kay and Jeff. That was Jeff. He's always around.
Oh, he's always there.
We all watched the Cowboys game the next day.
Yeah. Oh, we took Michael Melkos home too.
Took Michael Miklos. We didn't take him home.
To the train station.
Yeah, he was going to walk down the street to the DART station. It's like the train station. I'm like, I'm not letting you walk. It's like 2 blocks. But anyway, so we drove him back there. But it was great. And Sunday was great. The Cowboys won. But is it wrong for me to feel bad for the Falcons? That's why I don't believe that everybody that should get a participation ribbon. I'm not like that.
It's the NFL, babe.
I know, but when somebody gets decimated like that, I feel bad.
We've been decimated before.
I know, and I feel bad for us like that. I just feel bad for the team that gets embarrassed.
I mean, the Cowboys rolled.
It's Falcons. Like, why didn't they just, I saw the backup quarterback warming up. Why didn't they put him in at the end instead of
They did. They put in Cooper
I don't
Rush,
even remember.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't paying attention at that point because Sunday I was drinking. Sunday I decided.
Kellie did have a shot.
I decided to have my Bloody Marias, and somebody ordered me a lemon drop shot. So Sunday, yes.
Kellie drank mine too because we rode the motorcycle over there. I gave Kellie a ride over there, so I wasn't drinking anything.
I only drank one.
Zero,
I
nothing.
Drank one.
Well, somebody drank mine.
It wasn't me. I had one.
I didn't drink it.
But yeah, so and Alan took me finally because he has the Harley Davidson, and he finally felt comfortable enough to have me get on the back of it. And so Saturday, we just rode up, had lunch, and came back. Like literally, we were on it 5 miles up and back, and it was fine. But I told him as soon as he put his helmet on my head, I was like, this is too tight. It doesn't feel good. It's pressing on my temples. And he's like, it's supposed to be tight. It's supposed to be snug.
It is supposed to be snug. He's like,
nod your head. And I'd nod my head. He said, it fits like it's supposed to. I said, but Alan, it's pressing on my temples. So Saturday it was fine because it was a 5-mile ride. Well, the next day after football, it was a beautiful day weather-wise. And I know how much it means to Alan to ride on the motorcycle. I said, why don't you just, instead of going home, let's ride a little bit. But as we're riding, I am getting sicker and sicker. The pressure on my temples, I feel like I'm about to vomit. And I finally tell Alan, and I wait until I get to the point where I just can't take it anymore. I was like, just take me home.
Tapped out.
I'm like, take me home. I just want to take me home. He's like, do you want to take your helmet off? And I was like, no, I'm scared to do that. So, but as soon as I took my helmet off, I just felt like a million times better. Mm-hmm. But then Alan told me something about helmets. This was a man's large helmet, by the way. Yeah. So, okay, I got a big head. I'm 5'9". I got hair. I've got a big head. Okay. Kid Craddock was right. I have a big head.
Kellie jokes about having a big head.
I do have a large head.
Kellie's head is shaped like a pumpkin.
It's round.
It's round, like a pumpkin. She's a pumpkin head.
See, I wish you wouldn't do that because they used to make fun of a kid when I was in school, and his nickname was Pumpkinhead, and he was mocked, and that's terrible. And I thought it was so mean.
I'm sorry.
His nickname was Pumpkinhead.
Kellie's head it's round. My head.
But you're laughing and making fun of it.
My head is oval. It's like an egg. My head is like an egg. I have an egg head. Kellie has a pumpkin head. So
why can't it just be round shape?
Well, because in the North American market, the helmet makers, they make helmets, but they can't make it for everyone's head shape. So they make most of their helmets in an egg shape because most North American people
have
an oval shaped head.
Apparently the Asian culture has round heads.
Now, what I've read is in the Asian market, the manufacturers make round helmets because they're
rounder. So I apparently have an Asian head. So why can't you call me Asian head instead of pumpkin head?
That wouldn't be very nice. So we have to find a helmet.
Pumpkin head's nice.
We have to find a helmet that will fit Kellie's head.
Or the large-headed Asian.
Because my oval egg head in a large does not fit Kellie.
And I cannot ride that bike again like that. I cannot express to you how much pain I was in. It hurts. And Alan thinks I'm exaggerating. The pressure just pounding into my temples started traveling through my ear down into my jaw. So I'm sitting on the back of the motorcycle and I'm trying to massage my jaw.
The world's biggest vibrator.
Tears coming down my face. I'm just like, just take me home. I can't do it anymore. I can't. It was so sick.
What do you think there's more pain when you experience more pain? When you had that helmet on?
Or doing this podcast with you?
Good call. A, when you had the helmet on. B, doing a bi-weekly twice a week podcast
with you.
With me.
With you, yeah.
C, when you're in a car on a beautiful spring day and I decide to crack the windows down and it's like 75 outside, and then there seems to be a lot of
there's a pressure,
vacuum
pressure.
Oh, the vacuum pressure.
It makes my inner ear.
Right. That almost crushes the inside of your head.
We have had listeners validate that is real, Alan. As soon as he cracks the window, what does it start doing in the car? Whoa, 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 whoa. Because it's making that pressure and it goes in my Asian large inner ear head.
Or D, when I do the slow motion run at you in the bedroom and then tackle you on the bed and then start tickling you. Out of those 4 things, what is the most uncomfortable thing?
Doing this podcast with you.
Come on. That's not nice.
You call me Pumpkinhead.
I called you Pumpkinhead the other day and you thought it was funny.
No, I did not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't try to hurt you.
You don't remember that you eat, and you don't remember that I never thought that was funny.
I'm sorry. Okay, I won't call you Pumpkinhead. I called me Egghead.
That's fine. You can say whatever you want about yourself. I don't call you any names like that.
I'm sorry.
When's the last time I made fun of you? Anything about your physical appearance?
Appearance?
Ever.
How about before we went to the party? Up and down and said, "Are you really wearing that?"
That was not about your body. That was with attire, and you even had to admit I was right.
You were. Babe, I'm kidding. I don't think you have a real pumpkin head. I think your head is just round. It's just round.
Why do you say round? And why did you say pumpkin head and you fell backwards laughing? You were laughing so hard.
Stop. The more you ask me questions, the more I laugh. Okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And then number 2 most painful would be
we're going to rank them now.
The window thing.
Wow.
That is so bad.
Yeah.
Number 3 would be, it's a tie between 2 and 3, the helmet and the window thing.
And then 4th is when I tackle you.
When you tackle me, that doesn't hurt. Tickling me, I don't like that.
Yeah.
What do I do to hurt you, babe?
When I find out that you flip me off behind my back.
I do. I flip them
hurts
off
my feelings.
Back a lot.
Hurts my feelings.
But you know what? A lot of wives do it. I think a lot of husbands do it.
Doesn't make it okay.
I'm the only one that had admitted it to their spouse.
I've never done it.
What do you do behind my back?
Give you the.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what that means.
I'm doing the.
It's some sort of.
This isn't very podcast appropriate. I'm trying to do
You're flipping me off with your thumb and your teeth.
Thumb and my teeth.
I don't even know what that means. It's probably worse than flipping.
It's probably
off my
bad.
finger.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's probably bad.
Well, let's not ask and find out. We're probably going to get fined by someone for breaking some sort of law.
Ah!
All right, look, I have been an online shopping fool. I have been just like, I'm trying to get it done. I am so excited about the holidays. I've got everybody's Christmas list. I'm stragglers that won't turn it into me. But, if you're looking for a way to skip the trip to the post office and dodge all that hectic holiday shopping traffic, and if you are a business who is selling a lot of things online, and you're looking a way just to do it more conveniently and save a lot of money, you need to check out Stamps.com.
Stamps.com.
Stamps.com lets you compare rates, print labels, access exclusive discounts on UPS and USPS, United States Postal Service, all year long, not just during the holidays. And it makes sense, especially if your business sends more mail and packages during the holidays. So whether you're selling online, if you've got maybe a little Etsy shop, I've been trying to do a lot of my shopping with these little small Etsy businesses. Maybe you've got an Amazon store or something like that. Or if you have a little side hustle, Stamps.com can save you so much time, money, and stress during the holidays. You can access all the post office and UPS shipping services you need without taking the trip. Get discounts you can't negotiate for yourself or find anywhere else, up to 40% off the postal service rates. Listen to this. Now you can save up to 76% off UPS. This is crazy. Going to the post office instead of using Stamps.com is like taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Why? Use the elevator. If you spend more than a few minutes a week dealing with mail and shipping, Stamps.com is a lifesaver. You'll save time and money, and you'll wonder why you didn't sign up for Stamps.com sooner.
So sign up with the promo code SANDWICH for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in sandwich. That's stamps.com. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and enter code sandwich. We love stamps.com.
I need to take the stairs more than the
One of the
somebody that read the
OGs.
script put that in there. I'm like, Kellie Rasberry needs to take some more stairs.
Yeah.
Especially when I was shopping. I got to go to a gala this weekend. And
a gala?
A gala. If it's rich people, is it gala?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
But you get in that you see, ladies, we see each other from the front. We see ourselves from the front, and then we see ourselves from the side. But we don't ever get that back view until you get to the dressing room with the 3-way mirror. That was a big wake-up call for Kellie Rasberry.
Why?
It ain't looking too good
Why?
for the back view.
What's
the back
wrong?
view is not looking too good.
What? Would you?
Well, I'm getting older and things aren't as tight as they once were.
Yeah, true.
So I'm going to start.
I'm with you.
I'm going to start walking more. That's going to be. I'm going to start really trying to get some cardio in.
I thought you were going to do Pilates. You said Pilates.
I'm going to start. That was my next thing. My daughter wants to do. She wanted to do yoga or something. I was like, every time I do yoga, I pop my rib out. They have this one move they make you do. And I'm like, anyway, I got in the best shape of my life doing Pilates many years ago. So I want to do Pilates with them at Kellie. And Alan and I actually went by a Pilates studio yesterday. I was going to get some information and they were closed in the middle of the day. So I have to do that. But Kellie Rasberry, saw her backside today.
I think she's a member of a Sandwiches and Lovin Nation as well.
I hope so, because I'm going to be calling her and getting me signed up for a mother-daughter membership.
Well, next time I'm over at the mail stop, I'll just run in there and she's given me her card about 3,000 times.
I think I have it too somewhere. But yeah, so I'm going to start doing that, y'all. I highly recommend with a 3-way mirror. It'll scare you. It'll scare you. Maybe snap some sense into all of us, right?
Yeah. Well, now's not the time of year to be making all these big proclamations about the healthy shape you're going to get into, is it? Who does it?
I'm not saying I'm going to get in healthy shape. I'm just going to start doing something.
Yeah, I've kind of mailed it in until 2022.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. All right. Anyway, we need to wrap things up.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Well, you were just kicked back like you were about to take a nap. Let's go.
This is a podcast. I can kick back over there if I want to. They can't see me.
Unless you're watching us on the YouTube channel, you can.
Right.
Listen, if you happen to be a fan of this buffoonery, I appreciate it very much.
Because Kellie doesn't like doing it.
That is not true.
That's what you said.
I said it was painful to do it with you. That is different.
What about with Robert?
I love Robert.
Eat piece of cake.
He doesn't
easy?
give me any lip.
Oh,
he just like lets me be me. That's on my Love Letters to Kellie podcast that Alan is semi-promoting there.
Ad?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll bill myself for it.
There you go.
But listen, if you do have a Sandwiches and Lovin fan in your life, it's not too late to order a Sandwich and Some Lovin merch.
Oh, Kellie just hit me. I think this is where I'm supposed to go.
Well, you could contribute to the conversation.
www.kellyanallen.com. And we have a slash. We have a shop tab. And on that shop tab, you can find wonderful hats. Yeah, we have hats.
Yeah, I think we're kind of running low on everything else.
But we have two styles of hats. They're awesome hats. We have a Get It Babe hat, and we have the original OG a Sandwiches and Lovin unisex black and gray logo branded hat.
Yeah. So
we make great gifts.
We ordered the shirts. I'll be honest, ladies, I was not very happy. They were very, they were very small. They ran small, and if we do the shirts again, we're going to get a different vendor. But hats fit everybody, unless you're me and you have a great big head.
No, they'll even fit Kellie's pumpkin head.
That's the truth.
Because
they'll even fit my big pumpkin Asian head.
Because can you say that? Because
that's what Dr. Oz even agreed.
Dr. Oz
Asian
did agree.
culture have round heads.
See, that's another thing. Kellie told me this. I missed this on the nationally syndicated
you don't listen to us.
Kidcratic morning show. Yes, I do. I just don't listen from 6. I mean, I listen from probably 7:30. But nobody believes A-Train when he says it.
Nobody said I didn't believe you. I did believe you.
You did? Oh, I thought you said.
And when I shared it with the people that I work with, they thought you were just making it up to save my feelings. But obviously, they don't know you because you don't care about my feelings.
Oh, come on!
You mock me and make fun of me. See, they don't know. But then Dr. Oz did agree.
And then when Dr. Oz agreed, then
They were like, really?
I was vindicated. Oh, one real quick thing, babe. We have teased about for the last 3 or 4 weeks. What is going on with Larry? We need a Larry. The people want a Larry. Yes. Is he alive? Is he okay? Alive. What's going on?
Oh, he's getting his next shot tonight. It's Wednesday. Alan, my best friend since 5th grade, Tommy Jean, was in town. I didn't want Alan to deal with it because Larry is obviously my problem. But Alan was very gracious. The dermatology appointment I had on the books for like 3 months. You can't get into the doggy dermatologist here because people have allergies in Texas and the dogs have them too. So anyway, it happened that the appointment landed when Tommy Jean was here, and Alan said, I'll take Larry. I was like, thank you. That was so nice. So anyway,
a warm fuzzy. I was getting some cold pricklies, but I just got a warm fuzzy.
You did. So anyway, Larry is basically allergic to life. He's allergic to trees.
He's allergic
grass
to earth
and things he can't avoid.
Yeah.
The one thing he wasn't allergic to was like mold. It was like one random thing that he wasn't allergic to.
Yeah, they tested him for like 22 things. He was allergic to like 18 of
them. And his poor little, they gave him a tranquilizer. So he was like, passed out.
Yeah.
And they shaved his ribs and they did that prick test that like they do on children's backs and adults' backs too.
You inject them with all the different things.
Yeah, they get like a little bit of whatever, pollen, grass, whatever.
Trees.
And he got all red and then it blistered up. It was so sad.
Yeah.
So he's on a couple of pills that he has to take.
Well, that was because of his bacterial fungus he had on his legs.
Larry has something. It's like his skin is oily.
Yeah.
But he has like flaky his flesh flakes.
And it's red.
And it's red and irritated and constantly licking his
paws. It kind of smells too.
But he's kind of oily.
Yeah.
So this was supposed to help with that. And he gets a shot in the nape of his neck.
Tonight we have to do it.
Tonight, yeah. And I'll be honest, last week I was supposed to give him a shot. And I think I thought I was giving it to him, but I think I squirted him instead. I'm not really sure. But anyway, that's what he's on. Larry's allergic to everything. But listen, my previous dog, George, same thing.
Amen.
It was not named after Boss Man George. He was named after my brother, Ryan.
Oh. I don't have a Ryan impersonation. I have Boss Man George.
You don't want to know why my dog, George, was named after my brother, Ryan?
You've told me before, but I forgot.
My brother, when he was a little boy, like a toddler and could barely talk.
You called him George.
He thought his name was George.
Oh, he thought his name was George.
You would say, Ryan. What's your name? George. So his nickname in the family is George. And we had a cat named Gracie. So when I got the dog, I was like, I'll name him Gracie and George. George Burns and Gracie Allen, George and Gracie. And then my brother was George. So anyway, George had terrible allergies as well. Dermatologist. And they say on the paperwork when your dog may be on these medications for the rest of their life. But with George, after about a year of these shots, he was cured. He didn't have any more issues.
Yeah, this is a long-term play. This isn't something you do with a doggy dermatologist and you're done in like 2 months. It takes, they even said, this is going to take 6 months to a year.
Yeah. And it worked with George. But I'm going to tell you, that dog, I love that dog.
George or Larry?
I love both of them.
Oh.
I'll be honest, I love George a little bit more. But Larry, I love, and we don't know Larry's story, but we know it must have been pretty bad. He's very skittish.
We think Larry had a hard life.
I think he had a really hard life. We got him. We're not really sure how old he was. They said based on his teeth, he was probably about a year old.
And he doesn't have all his teeth.
His teeth are so jacked up.
That's one of the most jacked grills I've ever seen.
And usually mutts, when you get mutts, they're usually supposed to be among the healthiest dogs. This dog just got hit with the unlucky stick until he found us.
Mm-hmm.
We the luck that
he was, I agree with you, until that fateful day that Zoe.
That's true.
Stella Evans. What's Zoe's middle name? Did we ever give Zoe a middle name? When Zoe Evans came rolling in this place.
I wanted to change her name to something like Stella.
And then how defeated was Larry?
I know, but Larry, I think, loves her now.
Yeah.
They play a lot now.
Oh, they're good buddies now.
But anyway, yeah, it's time to give George's shot. So I got to wrap this podcast up and do that. I mean, Larry, sorry.
Yeah.
Got to give Larry his shot. But that's what's up with Larry. And
okay, here's how we're going to bring it home for Jerome. I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay.
And then we'll yogurt out. What costs more, all the things that I've bought for the motorcycle, or sending your dog to a doggy dermatologist,
or having Emma Kellie's room repainted again,
or having Emma Kellie's room repainted. Which one of those three things cost the most?
The motorcycle will cost the most out of all three.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Second place, the dog.
Yeah.
But Emma Kellie's room, it still hurts. But I got to do it. Can't live with that.
Are you kidding me? You're seriously?
Go look at it. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm going to talk to the painter about it tomorrow. It's really bad.
Okay.
If anybody has the perfect white to suggest to me from Sherwin-Williams, please let me know.
But with that, you got to understand that underneath whatever you're going to suggest is a blue coat.
Yeah.
Is 3 white coats.
And it's still blue.
And you're going to have to paint over that now.
But I think because the white has a blue base to it, I think that has to be it.
Oh, so you think the white is just blue? It's not the blue coming through the white.
I think the white is so white it's blue. Does that make sense? So, when you get they have the color, the sleeve of colors, and it graduates down to, in the same color family. And it goes from like white to, and you can see, well, that's got a lot of gray in it. That's got a lot of blue in it. That's got a pink in it. I think this one was a blue one. It makes me sick to my stomach. I'm sick. I'll worry about it tomorrow, though. I don't want. Look, I started on that note and I ended on that. note.
One of our listeners has a good input. What costs more, a new jawline, motorcycle parts, a doggy dermatologist, or repainting Emma Kellie's room for the 50th time?
Your motorcycle.
No, more than the jawline.
More than what you got done to your neck. That was more than your motorcycle.
Oh no, not the motorcycle.
What jawline are you talking about?
My new neck.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I said motorcycle parts, not motorcycle parts, because you're always saying we got Amazon stuff.
We can't use the motorcycle itself. So anyway, thank y'all for listening. It was just just one of those days I had to get some stuff off my chest.
Boy, you sure did too.
The Antichrist, my husband,
me. You hate
doing it all off my chest.
You hate doing the podcast with me.
I didn't say that. I didn't say I hated it.
I'll tell you what,
it was painful.
We'll have our marketing director clip some of this and we'll replay it and see if you remember what you said.
I remember it was very painful.
Because I always remember what I said.
You don't remember when you eat.
All right, babe.
You don't remember saying "mama" in front of a 16-year-old boy.
Mama. And I said, did I really go mama?
Yeah,
and she goes, yeah. And I said, did I do the kitten suckling off the teat sounds? And she goes, yeah, you did that too. I said, you got to be kidding me. I don't remember any of that.
Horrible. It was horrible.
Horrible conduct. All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
Love you.
I love your head shape desperately. I don't want you to change it.
What, am I going to have surgery on my head?
I love our listeners desperately. And I'm sure we will.
Do I need to wear a reshaping helmet as an adult?
Whoa. And I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. Maybe you should and show everybody the results.
Why don't you just buy me a round helmet?
And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, who's also a motorcycler, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.
Hurt my feelings.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Everyone is saying you should not paint white over blue ever.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Now it's white over blue. Now can I paint white over what's up there? I don't know what to do. It's a mess.
I don't even want to. Can you figure it out? Can you fix it all?
I don't know.
Let me know how much it costs.
I won't let you know how much it costs. Maybe that'll be the better thing.
Oh. All right, guys. What'd I miss? Yeah, they primed it, guys. Of course they primed it. They primed it, and then they put 3 coats of this white on there.
This is blue.
So
it's blue.
I'll have to go up there. I haven't looked, but maybe it's the color. Is all the furniture still in there?
Yeah.
Does she have blue furniture? I can't remember.
Black.
I don't know. I don't know. Andrea, Jim and Brenda Fink stuck those on me. They were
Vitamin patches.
yeah, vitamin patches. They're supposed to make me feel better the next day. I mean, I felt okay, but not great. I don't know if they did anything, but yeah, that's what they were. They weren't anything untoward. Yeah. What color do you see? Go up there and take a picture, and then we'll post it. Say, what color is this? It's not white. You tell me what color this
Well,
is.
I mean, I don't know if it'll translate on the phone.
No, it may not. You can try it. Yeah. Black and then white. Oof. Yeah. Boy, I don't know, Andrew. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. Hopefully it's all taken care of, though. All right, peoples. Yeah. Cowboys tailgate get together. Yeah, Wheezy. We can do that. We should do that sometime. We can't this weekend. We did it last weekend. That was a lot of fun, but we can organize that. Well, the next time we all meet at where's the place we met? So
I'm sorry, what were you talking
where's the
about?
place we watched the Cowboys?
Bottle Rockets.
Bottle Rockets. That is a cool place to watch a game. It is really fun. I was impressed. And I tend to just like to watch it at home, but it was fun watching it there. They have these huge screens. Service was pretty good. They play music during the touchdowns, and it's a really neat place. They have old school video games. Like Cowboys got up so much, we got kind of bored, and we started watching playing Centipede and Pac-Man. Oh, like a real tailgate. You're talking about doing a tailgate. Well, yeah, I guess we could do that too. I think they're playing on the road this week, right? Kansas City, which will be a tough game. Yeah, okay. I'm with you now. I didn't know what you were talking about. I didn't know if you were talking about a TV watching thing or a real tailgate. Yeah, a real tailgate. That'd be fun too. Somebody be the lead. Who's taking lead on that? Wheezy, you got that. All right. Send out the invite. Let us know when it is, where it is, what to bring. All right, guys. I'm gonna get this. It pops on top of black base. Nothing good. Andrew said he's had this problem before. He did a black base and then layers of white on top of the black.
And how did you get resolved?
What do you mean?
He said he resolved it, or he just had the same problem?
He used a black base, so he's talking about going.
Oh, use the black base.
Black over that, and then you do your white over the black.
Really?
Well, I don't know. Painter.
I might just have to figure out how to do it myself. I don't want to. I don't know how to paint. I mean, you watch it on the home improvement shows. How hard could it really be?
It's going to take 38 years for you to do that. All right, guys. We're going to figure out the paint sitch. I'm going to upload the podcast. Yeah. And then we will see you guys real soon on the social medias. Yeah, good call. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Say bye, babe.
Bye.